or the doors will be shut shortly. While we stand, shall we take the national anthem to be followed by the second stanza of the national anthem, still to be read while standing, but this time to be recited, talking about the second stanza. The first stanza of the national anthem, please. While we remain standing, we recite the second stanza of the national anthem, which serves as our national prayer and the opening prayer for this event. On the count of two. 1, 2. O God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and live in just and truth. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice reign. Amen. May we please be seated. It's my singular honor and privilege to welcome you to the third and last but not least batch of induction and pledge-taking ceremony for foreign-trained medical and dental graduates into the medical profession in Nigeria. Today, we will be inducting 862 medical graduates and 17 dental graduates into the profession. Today is a very significant day in your lives as inductees. For today is when that doctor title that some of you might have been claiming before now will be validated. Today is when you truly become a medical doctor and your medical and dental degree is accepted for practice in Nigeria. Today, you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of doctors who have operated and practiced within the shores of Nigeria. From the first set of allopathic doctors who landed in Nigeria in 1472, to those of you who will just be inducted in a matter of minutes from now. Today is a day that your parents will be proud that all their toils and struggles on you have not been in vain. Today is the beginning of your learning, this time as a medical and dental practitioner. Today gives some of us nostalgic feelings of the day we were inducted into the medical profession. And if you're all proud of yourselves, as I was, as we were, when we were lucky enough to be admitted into the noble profession, you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. With a huge thanks to the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria for the successful conduct of assessments which you all passed, that which qualified you to be known and recognized as doctors in Nigeria. That council that is responsible for safeguarding the best of healthcare delivery for Nigerians. The council that promised to be the foremost professional regulatory body in Nigeria. This they have committed to and they've been living up to in times past till this moment. And of course, it's my honor and privilege to introduce to you a man who's been working behind the scenes to ensure that the standards of medical and dental practice in Nigeria remains quite high, as he met it and raised the bars even higher. The chairman of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, who is also the chairman of this occasion, an officer of the Order of the Niger, a fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons, both in London and Glasgow, a distinguished medical practitioner, a professor of surgery who has retired but not tired, and still serves in this capacity to welcome new doctors into the profession, Professor Abba Waziri Hassan OON. The special guest of honor was getting ready to be at this event until he was summoned by his principal, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. Needless to say that we can take a peep into what the content of the meeting would be about. Should this be resolved quickly, he had promised to join us and be here. Otherwise, we have his kind permission to proceed with the event. The special guest of honor has to be recognized even in absentia. The Honorable Minister of Labor and Employment in Nigeria, who himself is a distinguished medical practitioner, His Excellency, Dr. Chris Nwabweze Ngige, OON. A round of applause for him in absentia. And of course, it's possible that he's watching us live. Maybe he's opened his device for the president to also watch you all being inducted. This event is being live streamed, and you all have the links, and the links will be displayed further soon. Please feel free to share with your friends and colleagues and well-wishers so they can follow these proceedings. Also seated on the high table already is the Registrar and Chief Executive and Secretary to the Council for the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. The man saddled with the responsibility of running the day-to-day affairs of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. He oversees the various departments and units and responsibilities of the council. He's responsible to ensure that the functions of the council, including registration, education, discipline, and inspectorate, all work together. Dr. T.A.B. Sanusi. Of course, seated on the front row here are distinguished members of the Governing Council of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, those who work together to ensure that the standards of practice of medicine and dentistry in Nigeria remains unwavering. May I respectfully request the council members to please stand for recognition in unison. A round of applause for them, please. Otherwise, if they insist that this event will not proceed, I'm sorry, we all won't have a choice. I'd like to also recognize the senior members of staff of the council, those who work day and night with the registrar to ensure that the various units, the various components of the council work effectively. The council is like a car, a motor car, with the different moving units and components, and these senior management team work together assiduously with the registrar to ensure they're working all effectively. Some of them are directly responsible for your assessment examination. Some are responsible for ensuring that you have your licenses to practice. Some will be waiting somewhere for you to see if you will be coming back to this auditorium for allegations of ethical infractions. The senior management team, please. May you please rise in unison for recognition. I'd like to appreciate all proud parents here today and congratulate you all that your efforts were not in vain. A round of applause for all parents seated here today. And those watching us, yes, congratulations. Permit me to recognize the presence of another proud parent here with us. His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Right Honorable Sir Ude Okochukwu. A round of applause for him, please. As we proceed with this induction ceremony, I'd like to remind you all that the oath you're about to take is one that confers a lot of responsibility on you to practice the profession according to the ethics. You have a package with you which contains guidelines and instructions on what it takes to practice as doctors and dentists in Nigeria. May I advise you that beyond the merriment of today, you take time in your quiet moment to read and reflect on these. I've had a number of occasions to interact with doctors and talk about ethics, and I can't but be surprised at the shock on their faces when I read some of these ethical issues that were given to them at induction like this. It is in your interest to familiarize yourself with the content of this document. And on that note, to officially kickstart this event, I would like to invite to the microphone a man who is a round peg in a round hole. A man whose vision and efforts to reposition the council as a foremost regulatory body in Nigeria has reflected in all that you see here today, including holding this induction ceremony in this auditorium. If you had a smooth drive into this premises, you owe him a lot of accolades for his efforts to facilitate these developments. He is a definition of being retired but not tired. A man who's become a fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons, a distinguished consultant surgeon before many of us were born. A man who aptly describes the need for us to find a way to justify and show that when I am referred to as a doctor and he is referred to as a doctor, there are miles of distances between these our titles. He's a Nigerian who studied far and wide, accomplished in his chosen discipline, but chose to return to Nigeria and serve the country in various capacities, including being a district medical officer, including being a chief medical director, including being a deputy vice chancellor. And for all these giant strides, the federal government of Nigeria, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, bestowed on him a distinguished national honor of the Officer of of the Order of Niger. Today, he's retired as a professor of surgery, but is proud to welcome you all after duly assessing you and finding you fit to be called doctors in Nigeria. Please welcome to the microphone the chairman of this occasion, Professor Abba Waziri Hassan OON, for his welcome remarks.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister of Labor and Productivity and Employment, Dr. Kiris Ngige, who would have been with us, but for the order of the President, consultation invited him about just few minutes ago. Well, we would have been privileged to hear him here, to be with him here. He's, as we all know, he was a medical doctor of his own, whom I have known since 1994. He became a governor as well, and a senator, and now a minister. So he promised to be here if the President releases him early. Director of Hospital Services, members of council, registrar and members of management of Mdcn, Secretary Medical and Nigeria Medical Association, Secretary Nigerian Dental Association, members of Council of Examiners, parents, guardians of inductees, members of the media, inductees, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to this last leg of this special induction ceremony, which is being held for the second time at the premises of the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria in this period of COVID-19. We consulted with the FCD COVID-19 team in order to comply with the protocol. This necessitated holding this ceremony in 3 batches. We appreciate all those who facilitated the conduct of this examination in June 2021 at University College Hospital and University of Ibadan. A total of 1,042 candidates appeared for the examination, consisting of 1,019 medical graduates and 33 dental graduates. 862 medical and 17 dental candidates passed the examination, giving an overall pass rate of 86% for the medical and 51% for dental. This is the best result in the record of this examination. I congratulate the candidates and their parents, guardians, as well as staff of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. We appreciate the staff of University College Hospital and the University of Ibadan for providing the facilities and serene environment for a hitch-free examination. We appreciate the dedication and commitment of the examiners who worked diligently to organize a transparent and reliable examination, often working at extremely unsocial hours. We continue to move the examination to different zones of the country for equity, but is expensive both for the candidates and the council. We plan to have a structure at the premises of the college and of the premises of the council This is a long-term plan and will be expensive for MDCN to handle without special intervention fund. We plan to go on advocacy visit to the National Assembly to provide a special fund to be allocated to execute the project. We will appeal also to other organizations like NMPC, CBN, FIRS, and the others to assist. I wish to acknowledge the support we continue to receive from our parent ministry in the conduct of this examination. The ministers, the permanent secretary, and the directors have given us unlimited support. On this occasion, we are not presenting any medical elder or guest speaker because of the time constraint to comply with the COVID-19 protocol. I wish to welcome the inductees to the noble profession. They should dedicate their time and energy during the period of half-pension, which is the foundation of their professional career. They should also abide with the oath of their profession, which they are going to take very soon. The Ministry of Health had approved Federal Executive Council decision for central housemanship coordinated by MDCN. The central housemanship has started since January 2021. Candidates who have qualified in medicine and dentistry are advised to log on the MDCN website for guidance based on the vacancies existing in all federal hospitals. Once they report to the hospital, their details are transmitted to MDCN, which endorses the list for payment by Accountant General of the Federation. There were initial hitches at the beginning of the program between the hospitals and MDCN. This has been since sorted out, and payment of salaries of house officers is now without any hitches. There are no outstanding payment of salary to any house officer up to the end of July 2021. Council will constitute a monitoring committee consisting of the Nadia Medical Association, Committee of CMDs, Ministry of Health, and MDCN to address difficulties relating to posting and rejection of house officers by some hospitals. I wish to reassure the honorable ministers, parents, and guardians that your placement for housemanship will be smooth as long as we do not insist on specific hospitals. I wish to emphasize to CMDs that no candidate should be rejected on posting without referring to MDCN for discussion. From January to date, MDCN was able to accredit more than 30 hospitals, federal hospitals, increasing the carrying quotas of these institutions for housemanship. We appeal to state governments to improve the facilities in at least one hospital per senatorial district. This will increase the number of places for housemanship and reduce the internal brain drain to federal hospitals. Few states have already started this, specifically Lagos, Katsina, and Ogun. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish all of you a safe journey. Thank you very much.
For someone who did not have the privilege of the chairman of the council being present at his induction, I would think he deserved a louder round of applause. Don't worry, I'm locally trained. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And when he talked about the posting of house officers, many of you would not appreciate how much stress the council has taken off you. For some of us who, it was one congratulation to be a doctor, another congratulation if you ever get a posting. I recall the second best graduating student at the time in my school did not get house job placement. She cried there. Said, sorry, oh. Thank you very much to Mr. Chairman for all that you do for us. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, The day is far gone, and I know you all can't wait to continue in the merriment. Today is a special day in your lives, and you have to add it to the number of significant days that you have. The reason is that you become a doctor today, and whatever you become in life, this title remains with you. Whether you choose to become a musician like Dr.
Proud parents and guardians, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Once again, let me seize this opportunity to congratulate the inductees and their proud parents and guardians for the success recorded in the last exam, which is one of the reasons why we've gathered today to induct them into the noble profession. Today is special because they are being inducted into the profession. The induction is a call to service, and that service is service to humanity. Before going to the real induction itself, permit me to say a few things about the disciplinary organs, because the induction today goes with a lot of challenges. It's between a lot of responsibilities on these young ladies and gentlemen. By the act or by the law setting up this act, which was first promulgated in 1963, though it has gone through many amendments, even though it's still before the National Assembly now for further amendments. This council has the responsibility to determine the skills to be acquired by people wishing to become medical or dental practitioners and of late alternative medicine practitioners. Then to maintain registrars for these registered practitioners, to put together the code of conduct for the registered practitioners. Again, the regulation of clinical laboratory practice is part of our mandate, apart from the regulation of the practice of alternative medicine. For the sake of clarity to the gentlemen of the press, alternative medicine is totally different from traditional medicine, because most often than not, they always mix the two together. The alternative medicine is under the control of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Section 15 of our law talks about professional discipline, where we have medical and dental practitioners investigating panel and the medical and dental practitioner disciplinary tribunal. The panel is saddled with the responsibility of conducting preliminary investigation into alleged misconduct. If I say misconduct, professional misconduct. And the panel meets in camera because nobody is on charge. At the end of the investigation, if the doctor has no case to answer, the matter ends there. However, if the doctor has a case to answer, the matter is transmitted to the medical and dental practitioners disciplinary tribunal. However, in exceptional cases, where the panel feel that the doctor constitutes danger to public health, that doctor is suspended immediately because we need to safeguard the health of the public. Well, the tribunal is expected to facilitate the trial of those doctors. At the trial level, by the disciplinary tribunal that has the same status of the High Court, rules of evidence is relaxed, but defendants or respondents are at liberty to come with their counsel. But we normally advise them, please come with your counsel. If you come with your counsel, you'll be properly defended. At the end of the trial, it's either the doctor is discharged and acquitted, or admonished, or suspended. At the extreme, the name erased from the relevant register. It's also important to note that if for any reason, as a registered practitioner, you become a subject of proceeding in any court of competent jurisdiction, and you are found guilty, of course, all we need to do is to get hold of the judgment and things submitted before the investigating panel for them to look at it, and then, if possible, transmitted to the tribunal. Do not say, I own up to this because I wanted the thing to do like this. No. It's already a recorded judgment against you, and it's an infamous conduct, because as a registered practitioner, you need to live above board morally. Morally. Having said that, as doctors, you are leaders of the teams, and that leadership must be earned. Earned in the sense that you have to be at the appropriate place and do what is expected of you as a doctor. Having said that, we move to the issue of housemanship. We were all aware of the problems of this housemanship, in which some of you moved around for 2-3 years. With magnanimity of the federal government of Nigeria, it was centralized for the federal government-owned hospitals. And what you need to do as people who are professionally registered is to go to our web portal, pick 1, 2, 3 hospitals. If there is no vacancy in any of the 3 hospitals, the system will bring up all hospitals all over the country where there are vacancies for you to pick one. Council is not posting. Please note. Council is not posting anybody. It's you that will make your choice. When you make your choice, letters of appointment will come up. One will drop on your mailbox, one with council, and one to the hospital where you're going. When you go there, they do the normal documentation and pre-employment medical examination. Then you start. At this point, you need to note that by council policy, you are not members of ARD. But by the way of our constitutional provision in Nigeria, you are at liberty to join any association of your choice. In doing so, make sure your postings are not affected. The postings are structured in such a way that is 12 weeks posting in each, 12 weeks in each of the posting. 12 weeks. And they must be uninterrupted. And for your information, this is a disciplined profession. After spending a few months and you elect to resign, note it, you will have to refund all the salaries paid to you. The fund is not there. But if government are so magnanimous in getting the funds, then you can't make a mess of the fund. You should note it. And for your information again, there are no vacancies in Abuja for now. But after today, when you get your professional registration certificate, log on to the website, make your choice, and you are there. If you have a sort of preference for a particular place and there are no vacancies, well, you can elect to tarry a while and keep checking the web portal until you are able to see vacancies there and you pick that place. Please don't come to Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria Secretariat because we don't do the posting. It's your choice, and we respect your choice. Am I clear? So please, the government has been magnanimous to have done that. We are appealing to our state government to please upgrade their specialist hospitals so that they can create more spaces for some of these young chaps to do their 1 year mandatory housemanship. Because without this housemanship, they cannot progress. And that is why it is very, very, very mandatory. And this provisional registration does not give the guarantee to go and man a hospital because you are not matured to stand on your own. Having said that, and not wasting much of our time, with the kind permission of the medical elders present in this hall, may I request that all the inductees stand up. Turn to page 9 of the brochure. And I mean page 9. Raise your right hand up and say after me. If I say I, doctor, then you mention your names and say the rest after me. Am I clear? I, doctor, declare that as a registered medical or dental practitioner of Nigeria, I shall exercise the several parts of my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability for the good, safety, and welfare of all persons committing themselves to my care and attention, and that I will faithfully obey the rules and regulations of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria and all other laws that are made for the control of the medical and dental professions in Nigeria. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life.
oh, you want to
I will not permit considerations of age,
these old films and bring them back. But
disease or disability,
from content,
creed, ethnic origin,
so
gender,
HBO, for instance,
nationality,
collection to say
political affiliation,
to television,
race,
genetic,
sexual orientation,
like one of the series,
social standing, or any other factor
really proper to say that
to intervene
that was produced for
between my duty and my patient.
some are lost and damaged. But yeah,
I will respect the secrets
we are going to show which
that are confided in me,
60 or 70 will remember.
even after the patient has died.
Like me, you are 27.
I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I will share my medical knowledge
I'm a writer, producer.
for the benefit of the patient
and
and the advancement of healthcare.
And Nigerian.
I will attend to my own
For
health,
what I've just seen this afternoon,
well-being,
and I agree with the last speaker.
and
This is
abilities
the high point
in
of this
order to
festival.
provide care.
Thank you very
of the
much.
highest
Now,
standard.
I just want to raise a point because
I will not use my
film that
medical
I just
knowledge
saw, I noticed
to
that
violate
some of the people
human
in the
rights
orchestra were playing their violin
civil
with their left
liberties,
hand. Most
even
of them, in
under
fact,
threat.
Am I to assume that they were all
I made these
left-handed,
promises
or was it as a
solemnly,
result of the projection
freely,
of the film
and upon my
that
honor.
was turned maybe the other way
So help
around
me
that,
God.
that came about?
You are welcome to the profession.
Yes, it was correct observation. It was not from their left-handedness. It was from the
What?
protection of the film. So,
I know
because,
we all believe in
back then, you know,
God here,
the use of
through
reversal
one form or
tape,
the other. Through
and
the holy books of
and the
Quran.
process of digitizing it, so
Bible,
it turned sort of
alternatives.
turned it as if it was
So we need to
left-handed.
affirm
So it was really not
the
they were not really
pledge
all left-handed.
you have taken.
So, and you are
So you
to
still
notice
raise
it.
your
I
right
watched it
hands
many
up
times before I noticed it myself.
and stay after me.
So yes,
If I
you
say,
are-
I,
you are
doctor,
quite
you mention
correct.
your name
So
and
you are
continue
not
after me.
left-handed, so.
I, doctor,
Thank you also for your comment. Thank you so much. So and I'm really also happy.
hereby affirm
Yes. So, of
the
course I did
pledge
very well, so even if
I've
my-
taken.
my reputation too.
so help me God.
Okay.
You are welcome.
Man, not a lady.
I corrected by.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. My name is Dr. Just like Professor Sola said, for me, this is the height of it all. This is exactly or the best that I will take home from this festival. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
My prayer is
Now, may I invite
can create
to
a
the
forum,
microphone Dr.
if we can
Henry
create a forum, a
Okokenye
wider
to
forum,
please
where people, particularly
us
the younger ones, will get to
in
knowing
the
some of
next
these things.
item while
It's
you remain
amazing.
standing. It's important.
The one,
According to the
memories-
pledge that
memory-
you just took, to give honor,
Memory also
respect,
die.
and consideration to
it's
all
very philosophical for me.
that is
I mean, if
due.
you don't know where you're coming from,
And
I
to
doubt
launch you
will know where
into
you're going
that
to.
aspect of the
So if
pledge
these things are
is the
created,
head of registration
you know, from
of
the archives
Medical and Dental
and made
Council of Nigeria,
or
Dr.
dropped
Harry
in a
Okoye.
particular forum where the younger ones will
Thank
be
you very
able
much,
to see what
MC.
has, you know,
Our
come
most
of their
distinguished
country, because they would see how
chairman
it
of
was
this
in the past.
occasion,
All right, and
it's
that
again
has to give
another
them a better
privilege
impression
to
of where
conduct
they are
this
going to,
next
which will be wonderful. Didi, I
level
thank you
of
and I
the ceremony.
congratulate you. It's a wonderful area
You
you
have
have
just
chosen for
made
yourself. Keep
a
it up,
pledge.
and I'm sure you will go more places.
And you
Thank
agreed
Thank you. So
to
okay,
foster
I'm just a
the
little
honor
bit greedy. Why I'm writing
and the
on this
traditions
list
of the medical
places,
profession.
So I think I should now go to
The
Okra.
first one of
Let's get
them
Okra down.
is
So
for you
let's go
to
that,
see
yeah.
how
That's all, a lot
you will
more.
engage in the three traditional bows of this profession. It's an ancient practice to see how grateful you are to the people that train you, both as teachers, as a nation, and as a parent. There are three bows, and you will do it with all of your mind
and all of your heart. The first bow will go to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And here, if the Minister of Labor was here, he would have taken it. But the chairman of this occasion today is representing the president in this occasion. So that bow becomes so necessary because this nation have made laws that enable you to be reintegrated into the system, to be able to practice medicine in Nigeria. Even though we know that some of you are waiting for the next flight or Molue to leave the country. So it must show appreciation for that gesture, that the environment is made enabling for you to be able to be accepted to practice here. So at the count of 3, you will give a very good bow. It is good to know that when I say bow, you don't just bow your head. It's actually a lumbar flexion. You know how to flex. At the lumbar region, you flex very well. And until he's happy and excited, then I count it as 1. If you are ready, at the count of 3, let's take a good bow. 1, 2, 3, go. Remain bowing until he's laughing and you can hear him laugh. Please rise. Rise. Thank you. That is 1. You have 70 over 100 for that one. The next bow is to recognize your teachers that guided you in the tropical conditions in this country. We're in the tropics, we're in the other climates. So you need to come back here, understand our system before you can easily enter and